anti-royalty, anti-fascism, anti-authoritarianism. You know, it's just disconnected from the day-to-day struggles that foundational Black American communities face: police brutality, mass incarceration, economic inequality. Now, if they get their ass out there and say, "Hey, we're gonna march for some reparations checks for FBAs," I'll be out there with you. Now we'll get some action. But the thing is, we weren't rocking with it. There was no Black leadership or Black framing. When protest starts organizing without prominent Black spokespersons or strong grassroots figures, it lacks cultural framing, and it sends a signal, whether intentional or not, that Black issues and Black perspectives are just not central. So a lot of Black people might feel like guests in a house that was built for other people and not us in mind. And we also have, man, we have co-opting fatigue. Foundational Black Americans, man, we have sat up here and watched our movements from civil rights to BLM just simply get co-opted, get watered down, get financially exploited by some of these non-Black liberals and progressives. And we're tired, to be honest, man. That's where the fatigue is. We got a weariness to these little movements that show signs of using Black energy without prioritizing Black justice. Well, we cool on that. We just ain't gonna get out here, stomp it, and then at the end of the day, we ain't getting nothing. We ain't getting nothing tangible. We kind of tired of that. And there's just a symbolic disconnect. It's just a symbolic disconnect, man. That No Kings protest, it doesn't culturally resonate with many Black Americans. Yeah. Black political consciousness in the US, it's all about fighting institutional racism, not no European feudal symbols, because they're talking all that monarchy this and uh that sounds like some Game of Thrones shit. We dealing with some real stuff out here in the real world. Yeah. Because see, the thing is, man, there's no strategic reciprocity, man. We Black Americans, we show up in large numbers to protest universal causes and all that, but we don't see any kind of reciprocation. We don't see reciprocal support when we mobilize. Ain't nobody talking about reparations. We ain't doing the one-sided thing no more. We're just not doing that. We're cool on that. And listen, media coverage, that doesn't equal relevance. Just because the corporate legacy media covers an event, that don't mean it holds cultural weight, especially with us. If there's no grassroots buzz, no barbershop talk, no hair salon talk, no street talk, if we ain't talking about it, man, if we ain't promoting it, it ain't happening. I'm telling you, man, we got the golden cosign, man. When we cosign something collectively, there's a certain energy that's put on it, man. That's why we're cosigning our lineage, and there's a buzz, and everybody's tripping on that because we've energized respect for our lineage. So people understand the power of a foundational Black American cosign. When we cosign something, that puts a spiritual energy on it. You see, I want y'all to feel me. And there's just unclear tangible demands. See, the No King's Day protest, it just revolves around symbolic defiance. Black traditional protest is based on demanding some kind of specific material change: civil rights, housing, education, justice. Then there's no ask. What the hell are people asking for? Right? No kings. Okay, what the hell do you want? What's the ask? There's no ask there. Yeah. And there's competing cultural priorities. See, foundational Black Americans, we have a rich cultural and spiritual political calendar that doesn't always sync with the broader protest culture. So if a movement don't really interact with what we got going on or any of our root causes, it's we just ain't really rocking with it. We ain't rocking with it like that. So the thing is, man, listen, black protests, when we're out here in the mix, we set the cultural tone. See, our protest culture is the blueprint for how modern protest movements are supposed to get down. From the chants, the rhythm, the call and response. Ain't no rhythm. See, we get out there, we put a little flavor to it. You see, we're the heartbeat. Ain't no heartbeat because the people out here, a bunch of white people protesting. What the hell? With the optics of it, you're like, okay, you are white. What are y'all protesting? What are you being held back from? There's no. You've gotten every privilege imaginable. That's how the world looks at it. That's why there's no real social traction on it. Yeah. See, the thing is, when we get out here stomping, see, we get international attention because of the unique moral weight that black suffering in America has. Movements that don't have moral leverage, especially some of these white-led ones, it just doesn't resonate as deeply or globally. Because globally, the white people in Europe are like, "What the hell are you protesting? You bloody white guys! You have everything." So, yeah, who are you appealing to? Who are you appealing to if you're a white protester? Yeah. Yeah, it's the absence of the cool factor. You know, black culture, that's the cultural engine over here. Without our presence, it lacks protests don't have no style, no rhythm, no emotion. They don't have the visual power. The black protest movements, it set trends, dress codes, chants, memes, and the no kings thing, it lacked that. There's no historical continuity. Movements without black participation, it just lacks the connective tissue to historic movements like the Montgomery bus boycott, civil rights movement, the Million Man March. And shout out to the Million Man March. That was the anniversary this week of the Million Man March. So that historical thread gives protests their legitimacy. And this just didn't have it. And you know what it really is, family? What's really one of the reasons why these things don't hit like they're supposed to. And y'all give me a retweet. Everybody retweet me, by the way. Um, These no kings protests, it has weak messaging without a spiritual core. That's one of the most important things, family. Black protests often they carry a spiritual element to them that's rooted in justice, survival, ancestral memory, because that it ain't got that Majara spirit like we have. And these white-led symbolic protests, it just feels empty. It's like lacking a deep emotional and ancestral grounding. It's just like the church. You ever wonder why the white church is a little different than the black church? And they pretty much have the same program to a certain degree. They go in and sing songs in unison. You'll give a church announcement. You kind of structure the program on paper the same way. But white churches and black churches completely different. White gospel, black gospel, completely different. Why is that? Why is that? It's the spiritual element. The spiritual energy is different. Like black gospel is rooted in foundational black American traditions, feel hollers, spiritual blues, ring shouts, stuff we did on the plantation, out of survival. White gospel is basically rooted in more European classical styles. Yeah. Black gospel is a little more raw, rhythmic, improvised. White gospel is more structured and restrained. There's a groove and a rhythm in black gospel. We emphasize syncopation. Like even when we clap on the two and the four. That's a pocket. See, we ride the beat. That's a heartbeat. Boom. That's a heartbeat. Like that. Boom, bam, two. That's it. We hit that two and the four. The white churches, they be on that one and three. They be on that. I saw the light. I saw the light. I saw the light. It's a different rhythm. It's a different syncopation, it's a different rhythm, it's a different pocket. It's not the same pocket. Our pocket, just the heartbeat of how we groove in church and the rhythm, it taps into a certain spiritual element that's different. You understand? See, the black church builds on the groove, the white church builds on structure. Yeah. The vocal delivery is different. We black churches, the black gospel is about vocal runs, improvisation. The white church is like tone, soft vibrato, uniform harmonies. It's like by the book. Oh, 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 oh. It's like real by the book. Is monotone. It's just you're saying the words, but you're not feeding the spirit of the words. The words are not riding with the spirit. You know what I'm saying? It's different. That's why we can do the same thing, but just spiritually, it's different. Our stuff is spirit led. Our songs shift and stretch depending on the energy in the room. The white churches, everything is pre-programmed. Everything is scheduled. The old running joke that white churches let out on time. Yeah, because it's scheduled. There's no spiritual grounding there. They just go in, say the words, and leave at a certain time. We no, we go where the spirit go. If the spirit is going, if somebody is singing something and the spirit hit them, we might be there for about 2, 3 more hours. We just gonna sit there and just let the spirit use them. So there's a spiritual thing there. Sometimes it gets drawn out, but we follow the spirit. Wherever the spirit go, that's where we take it. So it's spiritually grounded. That's the point. Our stuff, we follow the spirit. The spirit energy is much, much different. Who is this? Kate? Let's get Kate up here. I think Kate's trying to get in here. I think I started talking about that white gospel. She got up. She's like, hold down 1 second. I'm a choir director. We don't do that. Hey Kate, what's up, Kate?
The white church ain't doing no such thing, you race baiting piece of shit.
Now, oh, now why are you mad, Miss Kate? And watch that potty mouth, ma'am. Now, why are you
You
upset?
are so full of shit. That's why.
Now, you
You are
saying that
so
y'all, the
full
white
of
churches, don't
you.
do that,
No, they don't.
ma'am?
Why? Why do you think that?
That's what you do. You guys don't really have no flavor like that to be. Do you? Do you really think you got flavor?
We don't have flavor, that's true.
Right.
But we don't race bait. We don't
You don't
do
race
that.
bait. Are you out of your damn mind? Y'all do race
No.
bait. The hell you mean
No,
y'all
we
don't race
don't.
bait? You go to
No, we
hell, ma'am.
don't.
Go, ma'am. Y'all
No, we
used to,
don't.
ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
No, sir.
No,
No,
ma'am.
sir. We don't.
Yes, you do, ma'am. Ma'am,
Okay, how? How?
ma'am, y'all used to set up lynchings in churches, ma'am. In the white churches, that's
Oh my
that's where you would
goodness.
announce the
What?
lynchings.
100 years ago?
Oh, miss me with that 100 years ago shit. Y'all love pushing back the damn timeline. Hell, the Klan is a damn Christian group. It's a Christian organization, ma'am.
Let
Are we,
me let me ask you
are we doing
something
that?
right here.
Hold
Can I
on,
ask you
ma'am.
something right now?
There was just online some white Christians that went viral.
Right now in
Hold on,
Africa,
ma'am.
there
Hold, hold,
are
hold on, ma'am. There was some white Christians who just went viral talking about how they need to stone black youths. Talking about in the Bible, it talks about stoning the infidels, and some black youths need to be stoned to death. Are you out of your mind? Race baiting, y'all do nothing but race bait. Charlie Kirk, who y'all run around talking about, he was such a Christian. All he did was denigrate black people. Are we going to go there, Kate?
are we going to go to the place where there are 30 million black people in Africa that are slaves right
What
now?
that got to do with me?
Exactly.
Huh? What does that got to do with us? I'm a foundational Black American.
Exactly. So why,
And
if
there's 200
you
and
don't
there's 200
want
million white
to,
supremacists
if
over here.
you don't want to denigrate the fact that there are 30 million black people in Africa right now that are slaves, they are.
Ma'am, we got over 200 million white supremacists here. I'm going to deal with them first, okay? And you're one of them. That's what we're going to deal with first. I'll deal with these white supremacists here first and start producing justice, and then we'll talk about what's happening over there, right? Come on, Miss Katie. Come on, Katie. Come on, KK Katie. Unmute that microphone, KK Katie. Let's talk about it since you want to hop up and get upset. Where you at, Miss KK Katie? Okay. I think her meth pipe hit the phone and just kind of knocked it out of whack. Katie, you can unmute your mic, ma'am. Uh-huh. All right. While we're waiting on Katie, let's get Nope. Oh, wait, hold on. Go ahead, Katie. Kate,
No, yeah, you cut me off. There are 30 million slaves in Africa right now.
and there's 30 million pieces of head lice in your scalp. What's your point?
If you wanted to really fight against slavery, then you would be taking your fucking privilege and going and fighting that.
Well, we're gonna have to
You
no,
don't.
no, no,
You
we're gonna
don't.
have to make sure
You don't.
you're gonna have to give us our reparations here. We're not gonna focus on nothing else but the reparations you owe, Katie. I need my money.
You
I need my money, Katie. All right? That's what I'm focused on. I'm focused on my reparations from your ass. Right? Come on, Katie.
my
Yep.
ass was some stupid Irish immigrant who came over here and fought against slavery.
Go all the way to hell because when they had the draft riots in New York,
No,
oh,
you go all the way.
say that, oh, I'm the poor Irish. You Irish white supremacists were the damn worst. The Irish were attacking black people when they found out they had to be drafted to the Civil War. Y'all funky, mayonnaise encrusted asses were out there attacking black people in New York. Y'all were burning down orphanages. Not only that, there were race riots with the Irish in Ohio, all through Ohio. My family had to fight these damn racist Irish. Don't come to me with that poor Irish stuff. And not only that, when they finally allowed you guys to be white, they let you become the police officers and y'all start smashing down on us even harder. So miss me with that poor Irish, I was trying to help bullshit, ma'am. We know history. We don't do that, Katie, okay? Hmm?
Fuck you.
No, no, ma'am.
Fuck you. My great grandfather died. He died.
Hmm. Probably from syphilis or something, because y'all had that a lot.
No, he died. He died to come fight against slavery. You
Bullshit.
piece of
Bull crap.
shit.
No, they didn't fight nothing against no slavery. No, they didn't. Go to hell. Because you guys, the Irish, were extremely racist and hostile towards my people. So you can miss me with your lies, ma'am. You feel me? Now, Katie, now when I get the reparations, I'm going to take you to one of your favorite.
Don't take me to court, you
I'm not
piece
going
of
to take you to court. I'm going to take you to a restaurant. I'm going to treat you to dinner.
shit.
I'm going to take you to a Cracker Barrel. I'm going to treat you to a nice Cracker Barrel dinner. All right, with my reparations. You like Cracker Barrel, Kate? Hmm. Hop on, Kate.
As much as my great grandfather loved dying
He loved,
for slavery,
no, he didn't do anything to stop no damn slavery. Stop it.
you stop it. You race baiting piece of shit.
Watch that potty mouth, ma'am. Watch that.
No, you stop it.
Ma'am, do you suck your landlord's balls with that mouth? All right, calm down.
I own my
I
house.
know that mouth really does what it do. That's a homeowner's mouth. You work that mouth to pay the house off. I know how I heard about your skills, but don't use it here on the phone, ma'am. That's all I'm saying. That's a house earning mouth. But just don't use those skills here. We don't want you to have a potty mouth here. Save that
You should
save
be using your mouth.
mouth when you want to get another home. Okay. You
Uphold black people to wherever the fuck you are.
mm,
You should be using your mouth to uplift black people. Uplift.
and you
Not
that mouth to uplift your landlord's balls so you can get up in that gooch and
not tell
get
them,
that mortgage knocked down a little bit. That's what you use that mouth for, uplifting balls to get.
not tell them that they are lesser than, because they're not.
Mhm.
They're
I know
not.
we're not. That's why we're going to get our reparations because we deserve it because we are not less than. Right? Right? Come on, Miss Katie. Talk to Black Daddy. Talk to me. Katie?
Use your reparations to uplift the 30 million black people that are slaves by black people in Africa.
Mm-hmm. Well, ma'am, I have to deal with what happened here first. We got to deal with what happened here.
No, you
I do,
don't.
dear. Really do.
You are privileged.
Privilege? What privilege did I get, beloved? Hmm? What privilege did I get? Talk to me about these privileges because you keep saying that. What privilege, Miss Kate? What privilege did I get?
Tell me how would your life have been if you would have been in Africa versus America?
Well, ma'am, part of my lineage was here because there were Black Aboriginals here. And if we weren't interrupted by slavery, we probably would have been more advanced, man. We probably would have been a more advanced global society. We probably have flying saucers right now. But unfortunately, we live under a system of white supremacy where one group wants to hoard all the resources and subjugate everybody else. We would
Mm.
wait.
So that's why I, as an Irish
Hmm.
immigrant, is not. I'm not flying anything right
Right.
now.
Yeah, ma'am. The problem is that,
So why? So why
ma'am, if it
not?
weren't for
Why not an Irish immigrant versus someone who came here from Africa? Why not?
ma'am, if it weren't for us and that free labor, you would still be in Ireland digging a potato out your. You were down
No,
bad, ma'am. Y'all were not doing good at all.
that's not. That is not
Oh, really?
accurate.
What did
First of
y'all
all,
have for the
no.
slave trade, ma'am? What the hell did you have going on?
Wait, was
What
that?
did you have going on for the slave here? What did you have going
Wait, I'm sorry. It's
on?
cutting
Okay.
out.
I was saying, what did you have? What did you have going on in Ireland before the slave trade?
In
In Ireland,
Ireland, not
in
much.
Britain, period.
Not much.
Right. Y'all didn't have.
And wait, so first of all, what did you have going on in Africa?
We had stuff going on in Africa. We had stuff going on here. There were pretty advanced cities over here where Black Aboriginals were.
So why did black Africans sell other black Africans
You know,
off
that's bullshit. You're lying.
to trade slave? Hmm?
Well, the thing is, Africa began to get decimated by the Arabs, and then the white supremacists went over there and started.
Okay, so now it's the
Oh yeah,
Arabs.
they got it. So yeah, they
So,
got in the mix first, and Africa began getting raided, and there was a lot of chaos going on over there.
okay, so
So
what
a lot of
was happening?
advanced civilizations started to fall down. And then the white supremacists, they saw an opportunity to come up and they said, okay, we'll ride the backs on the blacks. So that's what happened. Right?
Okay, so if that's the case, right now, right now, why is there the most slavery right now in Africa?
Well, that's not true. The print.
Why are
It
white
is true.
women
It
slaves
is
to big
true.
black cock
No,
in America?
you don't get to
No, no, no.
rewrite
Why are white women slaves to big black cock in America?
Okay, hold on. Hold on. That's
Can
because
you explain
it's
that?
big black cock. Yeah,
Why
because
are
we
white
love
men so fucking intimidated by big black cock?
because they're alpha males. That's
No, because
why.
they have little dicks, okay, and they're mad
No, I'm
that
not talking
all the
about
black
white
men in
men. I'm
America
talking about black
are
men.
taking white women,
They're alpha
and we're
males.
slowly changing
They're alpha
America
males.
to be all mix, and you white people are disappearing, right? Is that the issue?
Wait, what?
oh,
Why do you white women
You
or white
asked
people
me.
have this animosity?
okay, there we go. I don't know. My thing crashed. I don't know.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah, there was a crash and I don't know what happened. Lord.
So, first of all, I mean, if you're asking why white women are looking for big black cocks, first of all, let me tell you something. Um, there is something to be said about alpha males,
Mhm.
okay?
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, I hate to say it,
Okay.
but
Now let me have you talk to cousin Jerry. Hold on.
who dominates the NFL?
Hold on.
Who dominates the
Hold on, Kate.
NBA?
Hold on, Kate.
So
Kate.
I mean, come on,
Okay,
let's.
Kate, you're meth babbling. Okay, let me get cousin Jerry in here. Cousin Jerry.
Hey, Flex.
Yeah.
You noticed something when she first came in. She came in under the illusion of religion.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, and I think it was Hidden Colors 3. You had a picture of a church. It was a white church. It's actually here in Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
I went to that church because I was in a group in high school called Fellowship of Christian Athletes, and we would have to go to different churches. And since I was one of the few people that had a suit and had people that knew God, this is what our grandma told me.
Mm-hmm.
She said, listen, black people worship in the spirit of truth.
Yeah.
She said, when we go to church, we're sober. We may get drunk in the spirit, but what I want you to understand, they will come to church drunk of another spirit.
Mm.
And then they will try and get you to come into that spirit, which Kate is inebriated with some sort of substance.
Yeah.
And she came in under the guise of religion. Now we have to understand, this is what white people have been taught. They'll come in with a little dash of religion to start the conversation with us, and then all of a sudden she went to Africa, which nobody in this room is from Africa and haven't been there for 500 years.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to understand, that's a Trojan horse. Whenever you hear white people talk about religion to us, it's a Trojan horse to get us to listen to them before they transfer to another subject to denigrate us.
Yeah.
What I want black people to understand, our religion is in spirit and in truth. I can't remember the scripture that my grandma gave, that granny gave us, but I'm gonna find it.
Yeah.
But she said black people worship in spirit and truth, and that truth shines light into darkness, which white people are the darkness that they're trying to put darkness into our light. So we have to understand when these so-called religious white people come around us,
White people are
ma'am, hold
not
on
the
for a second. Hold on
darkness.
for a second.
White
Hold on for a
people
second,
are
ma'am.
not the
Hold on for a
darkness.
second, ma'am. Don't
Are
interrupt me.
you
Hold on for, as
serious?
I was saying, what they're trying to do,
No,
as you
that
see
is
that we're
ridiculous.
speaking truth to power, she's trying to interrupt me because I just disturbed her
No,
demon
that would be
of
the same
division.
thing as me
And then
saying
what
black
has
people
also is
or
going on
the
with her now,
darkness
that now
or
that I've
something like
triggered
that.
her,
I mean, that
she's
is
going to
just
try and
ridiculous.
overtalk and kill the subject that we see you. We see the division. Nobody in this room, Tariq
No,
has not been in Africa.
nobody.
Ma'am, Tariq's people have not been in Africa for 1,500 years, and you're trying to bring an African conversation to foundational Black Americans, and you started out with God because you thought that would give you an in with us to manipulate us to your point.
Mhm.
Now, I want you to understand this, that fake God that y'all have been worshiping in falseness to subjugate us, in the end, you're gonna fall because we're standing in truth right now.
Mhm.
See that white church I went to, I never seen see people handle snakes. They handle snakes. They drank poison. They called themselves primitive Baptists. They were focusing on things that were show. My grandma told me, she said, baby, don't look at none of that. All of that's false. She said, you understand that we're tapped into a whole different God than them. Their God is a false God. That's why they always fall. That's why they always end up in these situations. But our God, the one that's inside of us, that one, when Tariq talks about that Majara spirit, that's the God that lives inside of us, that guides us, that lets us know when they're trying to set traps to us. Because you see how she's babbling and talking about Africa and she's
Mhm.
inebriated and whatever. This is what we got to watch out for.
Oh yeah.
Black people, and I'm finna land right here. Do not. Second thing, I'm going to tie this in. I had a YT professor text me about the No Kings March.
It is
Hold on for a
the
second, Kate.
devil
Hold on for a second,
trying
Kate.
to make
And I'm
us
gonna give you a chance to
divided.
speak. Hold on for a second. I'm gonna give you a chance to speak. My professor texted me, and why me and him fell out. He saw the movie Hidden Figures and tried to insert his YT mother into a black woman story, and that lets me know all the while he's trying to color it with religion, that he was trying to move us to move for them.
Mm.
So we got to understand our God and us and our movement and their God and their movement is different. Now
It
go
is
ahead,
the
Kate. I'm listening.
devil trying to make us divided.
We're not dividing. We were already divided. Y'all
No,
divided us.
we
Y'all
weren't.
separated
We
us
were
from them.
never divided. We were never divided.
We've always been divided. The most divided
No, we
hour in
weren't.
America is 11
No,
o'clock
we
on Sunday
weren't.
morning. If
No,
your
we
white church
weren't.
does
We were
not have
never
any black
divided.
people in it,
We were never
Kate,
divided.
Kate, Miss Kate, tell me how many black people are in the church that you went to this morning.
This morning,
This morning
I
when you
didn't
went
go
to
to
church.
church.
This is Sunday. Did you go to church this morning?
I didn't go to church
Okay, when was the last time you been to church?
last week.
Last week, how many black people were in your church?
Many,
Meaning, give me a number. 10, 20,
10.
10. See, you understand the difference now? There are 1,000 people in this room. You had 1% of this room at your church. In my church, ask me how many white people were in my church this morning.
How many?
Zero. Ask me how many white people were in the churches in my community in Alabama. I live in Alabama. Ask me in every church in my community how many white people were in those churches.
How many?
Zero. You want to know
Then
why?
tell me
You want to know
which
why?
church. you go to.
You want to know why,
Then
Kate?
tell me what church. Then tell me what church you go to,
I went
and
to.
I will go there.
Listen, Kate. You're trying to go denominational, but I'm gonna give you a simple thing. Take denominational
No,
out and
you
put God
don't.
in.
You don't.
What, ma'am?
You don't
What I
understand
don't
what.
understand, please give me the understanding that I need. Okay, now Kate, listen to me real close. You hear me, Kate? Can you listen to me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Kate, this is what I need you to do. What did you drink or smoke or take before you got on this live? Tell the
Nothing.
truth. Tell the truth. No, your speech is slurred. And I've been around your people and my people for a lot of time. I grew up in a mixed community. I went to school with your people. So tell the truth. What are you on right now?
Nothing.
Your speech is slurred and your words are slurred, and you're talking to foundational black Americans about Africa and church, and you're bouncing situations. Unfortunately, in your church, there's a lot of addiction, whereas in our church, we come to get free from your addiction. So, this is what I need you to do next Sunday morning. If you want to be free from what's encumbering you and clouding your mind and holding you back and making you come into our space and spew this kind of kindness, I want you to worship in spirit and freedom next week, not this controlled opposition, because unfortunately, your people have tried to use religion against my people. And unfortunately, we come from divine people and we understand the truth. You understand that, Kate?
Yes, sir.
Dead.
Okay. Okay, Kate. Listen, when you come into our spaces, we don't mind people coming to our spaces, but understand, come here to learn, not tell us we're wrong. You understand that? Kate?
Yes.
Kate? You understand what I just said? Kate?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I want you to come learn because I want to free you because unfortunately in your lifetime you've been indoctrinated with those demons to come into our space and try and control us, but the people that are on this live,
No, I
we're
have
free from
not.
that. We're free. Hold on for a second.
I have
I'm gonna let
not.
you speak. Hold on, let you speak for a
No,
second.
not.
I want to free you from that mindset that you come in here trying to control us and tell us which way to go. So you understand, we worship different from you. See, every person in here has a spirit to help and empower. Your church doesn't have that empowerment spirit. See, with foundational black Americans, if something happens to one of us, we will work to make them whole before the end of the day. If something happens to one of y'all in y'all church, y'all will work to continue to destroy them. Do you understand the difference of empowerment and destruction? Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, I want you to start moving away from all the things you've been programmed to to hate us and think that we're less and we need for you to tell us about something in Africa, and we live in America and we've been dealing with this American system. So ma'am, no offense. Before you come into our spaces and tell us we're wrong, understand who we are.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right, Flex. I love you.
And thank you, brother. And thank you, Kate. We're gonna move on. Are you good, Kate?
Yes.
There you go. Thank you so much. All right, let's get some more folks in. All right. Carl, let's get Mr. Carl in here. Carl, and let's get Carl and Boney. Carl, hop on in. Carl, Mr. Carl, hop on in, sir.
Hello, Mr. Tariq, sir. How are you?
I am good, Carl. How you been, man?
Thank you. I'm fine. Thank you. Christianity teaches humility,
Yeah.
and and I feel obliged to condemn you, sir, for your disrespect to the Palestinians, to the people of the Middle East. You mock them of being hungry by starvation. You mock them as like they are suicidal bombers, etc.
We're not do
You
that.
listen. You of most people should.
What the hell are you talking about? Okay, you gonna have to slow down. Where all these accusations come from? I wasn't talking about y'all. What are you talking about, Carl?
Okay, one time some Middle Eastern with a deep Middle Eastern accent came to your space. It was like a month ago. And you called him like a camel. You are a very funny guy. Tell you the truth, the black people are the most funny people on earth, the best
So,
comedians.
all right, so
You
I
are
said,
very funny. But you made jokes of his hunger, of like being hungry, starving. Like it's not a joke, you know. You out of all people, you should know.
hold on, because I don't like when y'all do that. Because y'all ignore what they said. All right, because y'all come in, y'all say something greasy, and then when we start clapping back, now y'all get bothered for months at a time. I forgot that I roasted. I don't even remember. But I probably did say something about his camel, but it's not just on the fly. He said something that made me clap back at him. So y'all ignore that. Because y'all come in here, y'all start talking real greasy about us and hood this and hood that and gang members and baby mamas. Y'all start talking greasy. And then we start talking about that starvation and them camels. Oh, no, 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 no. You're being insensitive. Yeah, no, no. He probably got what he deserves.
Look, I never speak like about black like gangs, etc. I never speak like that.
Oh, okay, but
Never.
probably did. But anyway, thank you, Carl. All right. Yeah, either you don't want it, don't bring it. That's what it is. He probably came in talking greasy and I lit him up. Mr. Mikey. Hop on, Mikey.
What's up, Tariq?
What's going on with you, Mr. Mike?
So I have a really genuine question for you. You need me to like address my race or anything like that? It may just,
I don't need to address your race. You said I don't need to address your race. I didn't. And are you on some headphones or something? Why do you sound so janky?
um currently in my truck right now, so I'm just using what I can.
Okay. All right. Well, your truck don't make you sound janky. Are you using some real cheap headphones or something?
I'm just using what I can. All right.
Okay. So what's on your mind, Mr. Mike?
So what I came to ask is why do you denounce your African heritage so much and
Denounce
just
it.
call yourself FBA instead of just
What,
your
slow down. Slow down. Slow down. What's the heritage? I have African genetics, but what's the heritage?
yeah your ethnic roots? Like where are you from in Africa, for example?
Somewhere, but your lineage is your genetics go to Africa as a European. So a
Sorry,
lot
say that
everybody's
again.
your genetics go to Africa too. Everybody's genetics go to Africa.
Yeah, that's just anthropologically speaking, though. Like humans come from Africa, but like racially
Right.
speaking, sorry,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but
You said
racially speaking, we come from Africa, though.
we,
Well, look, all right, I'm Mexican, but I'm 30% black. So, I mean,
right.
technically, that kind of gives me, I don't know, I feel like an honorary black man, but some days I'm Mexican, some days I'm not. You know what I mean? So right now, I just feel like I'm included in this talk. Plus, I've been like raised around tons of black people my whole life, so
What
that's all
city
I
you
feel like.
grew
I
up in?
mean, is that really relevant? I don't want to have like
Dude,
people track me down.
you're not double o cinco. You're not a goddamn secret agent, all right? You're not are you hiding from a government? Are you what are you? You're a James Wan instead of James Bond? What are you, James Wan, the Mexican James Bond? What the fuck, man? I'm nobody.
Look, man, look,
You said you grew up around blacks. I was just curious to know where.
that's just too federal, man. That's just too federal. I do a lot of
Right.
stuff, man. I can't really give
Okay.
out too much.
So yeah, you probably not even Mexican. You probably, you know, you probably um full mayo, but it's all gravy. Yeah, probably some Irish. So
I
yeah,
can
what about
assure you, I'm definitely Mexican, but once again, I'm 30% black, so that's why I just felt like talking about this right now.
Right. So you said heritage. Now, what's the heritage? Because we have African genetics, but what's the heritage? Because all of our heritage and lineage is here.
Well, it's simple. Like ethnically, you're from African, therefore you're African. Like if
Nah.
you were to, yeah, if you were to take a DNA test right now, come out like what majority Nigerian, then your ethnicity will be Nigerian. So why not just call yourself that instead of? I mean, why not just call yourself that instead of just saying you're FBA? It just sounds like you want to denounce yourself from being African as much as possible.
No,
I don't
because
get why.
um, what African nation gives me citizenship without applying for immigration?
I mean, Benin, they do that. If you have
No,
ancestral ties to
they don't.
Benin,
Right. No, they don't. You got to go through a whole immigration process. And they said if your lineage goes to Benin, but Benin didn't exist during that time. Benin, the nation state, didn't exist. So that's more for Benin immigrants or the children of immigrants. I don't get no citizenship nowhere over there unless I fill out immigration papers and bring money. That by definition makes me a foreigner there. I have genetics there, but I'm not, there's no heritage there. There's no ethnic group that I'm a part of there. I'm a foundational Black American. My lineage is here, right?
I mean, yeah, but like nobody's special. I'm pretty sure there's Chinese people, American Chinese people with, and they have genetics from Korea, but they don't get a free pass to go to Korea. Like everybody has to work to go to some
Right.
place. Just no special privileges to anybody. So
Because they are their own ethnic group. That's like saying, well, Japanese people are from Central Asia. They came from Central Asia. That's vague. They have a very specific lineage and culture there. We do here. We have a very specific lineage, a very specific culture as foundational Black Americans. That's different from cultures in Africa now. That's not to denigrate. The cultures are different. Huh?
I mean, yeah, but it's not that deep though. Like if you were like a black family right now, if they were to move back to Africa, they would be culturally the same as all the other African people around them. And like the next 50 or 20 years, how much ever
That,
long it might take for them to be culturally the same. It's just not that deep.
and that's not true.
Like culture,
That's not true.
yeah, it is. Culture is formed just simply out of location and history. That's it.
Right. Share.
It's nothing.
Right. And the Black people who over there now who kind of go to Africa and kind of set up shop, they're treated as outsiders now. And this is all across the board. They are treated.
I don't know about that, man.
Well, you what?
I don't know about that, man. I don't know about that.
Know
Like a
about
lot
that.
of Black Americans,
You
they're
wouldn't,
treated with
because you don't know about what goes on in the Black community. You wouldn't know about that, sir. Um, Now where in Europe,
told you I'm 30% Black, but all right.
yeah, but you're not culturally Black. You're not a culturally Black person. I'm 30% European. I ain't European. You see? I got European ancestry. I ain't European. You
Yeah, but
ain't
I'm
Black.
I'm honorary. I'm an honorary Black man though. So
No, wait, who honors that?
the Black people I was raised around. So
No, they don't. You can't even name where you were raised. You were raised in a trailer park, sir. You weren't raised around Black people.
Mexicans, they don't really live in that environment. But okay, we're
I
kind of getting off track here.
believe you're Mexican, sir.
I
I
can
don't
I can
believe it.
speak Spanish right now, like literally,
Go
literally.
ahead. Let's hear it.
Yo como pan.
You looking at a menu for Chipotle. That don't count. I'm talking about some real conversational Spanish.
That was real conversational Spanish right there. What are you talking about?
No, that wasn't. You got an El Pollo Loco coupon that says $5 off. That don't count. I need conversational Spanish, sir.
Two
Conversational.
two two to the Bajas aquí.
Mhm.
There you
That
go.
don't even that don't even sound like Spanish. That sounds like Mandarin. Sound like Chinese. Let me get my brother
That was
Ty. Ty,
nice
Yeah,
to meet
yeah, yeah, Flex. This guy's whiter than Tom Hanks in a cocaine factory. He's full of shit. Can a Mexican live around a Puerto Rican?
Mike. Mikey.
you. Look, I don't know. I'm like I don't know what you want me to say, man. All right,
I think
I'm
you're
telling
smoking
you, I'm
more meth than
Mexican.
Wu Tang. Yeah.
Mm.
Uh, I think you're smoking that shit. And it's what, 3 o'clock in the
Okay.
morning, and you're just trolling. Just admit it. You're in Pennsylvania, Ohio, or West Virginia in that trailer park, smoking more ice than the NHL playoffs. That's what you're doing.
Look, man,
I'll land.
y'all, y'all are like going around the point. All right,
And it's
y'all
all
are
right,
like running away from the point I came here from. I'm just
Mike. It's okay to be white. It's all right to be white. It's okay to be an Anglo. You're an Irish guy. You're from somewhere up there in Ireland, somewhere where there's white poverty in Europe. But it's okay. You're our brother, man. We look out for you. We look out for you. It's okay. Anything else, Mike?